All right, good morning, everybody. Most of you will probably know me. I'm Phil Evans, the Managing Director of Salon Guru. There's a lot of clients on this webinar today, a lot of our clients, but there are also some people who are not Salon Guru clients. So Salon Guru are a website and digital marketing company. We've been going 20 years. We have about 230 salon clients around the world, anywhere where they speak English. Our specialty is websites and Google SEO and all other parts of digital marketing, trying to get more clients for our salon clients. I'm going to be assisted today by Shane Marsh. Shane, who's the manager of our technical department.
Hello.
Morning, Shane.
Hello, everybody.
I'm going to do the first part, and then Shane's going to take over, and I'm going to come back. So what we're talking about today is Showcase Hair. It's a system that we've been working on for the last year. And I'm going to show you the first part of it actually working on a website. So it's not an idea, it's an actual working system I'm going to show you today. And then Shane's going to show you the back-end mechanics, how it works, how it's put together, how you would use it. And then I'm going to come back and finish off with some more ideas. For us, I think Showcase is the biggest change to how websites work. And I also think it's a massive opportunity. Later this year, we're going to also launch Showcase Treatment, which covers beauty and aesthetics and hair loss and trichology and hair extensions. But today I'm going to focus on the hair. The reason we've done this, the reason that our team has been so focused on this, we've been doing this a long time, 20 years. And I spend my life looking at salon websites, talking to salon owners, trying to deal with the problems that they face, which is financial pressure. I mean, every single salon, I think every business is facing increasing financial pressure, constant problems, and also the need for more clients, how to bring more clients to the salon without spending a fortune on advertising, whilst also trying to maintain your profit, your prices, so you're not heavily discounting. Is there a way we can get more clients without spending a great deal on adverts or without heavily discounting? So today I'm going to show you what I think is the solution. And this is based on 20 years of my knowledge and my whole team. We think the key to the next couple of years will be changing the way that we work. What we need to do is convert more web visitors. Most of our clients, most of our salon websites, and yours probably too, gets hundreds, if not many thousands of visitors a month. If we can convert just 10% more of those visitors, it will transform your business. So imagine doubling your conversion rate. Imagine your website changed into something completely different. I think this could completely regenerate your business. And the way I'm going to show you we're going to do it is with all those visitors that come to your website, we're going to try and interrupt them, interact with them, and engage with them. Because most websites, nearly all websites, are just static. They just sit there, and they may get thousands of visitors, but they're often not as up to date as we'd want them to be. We can't control what the visitor looks at, where they go, what they interact with. So we don't control that flow of potential clients. What I'm going to show you today is to deal with that problem and create something completely different. So what I've got here is a salon called Flint, a customer of ours. They're in Norwich. Yes, Norwich. Now, Flint is the first user of Showcase Hair. And I'm going to show you this working. This is a copy of their website, because their actual website, we're turning on Showcase this week. We're just installing it with them. So I've taken a copy of their website. We've got it fully working, all of the systems. I'm going to show you how Showcase works on their website. So this is the Flint website. Looks great. Sits at the top of Google, really high on Google search, and has got all of the usual kind of information you'd expect on a salon website. But here's the first element of Showcase. Now, these are images. The problem that salons often have is that their images are sat on Instagram or their stylist mobile phones, and getting them from there into a place where your clients can see them can be difficult, because we've often used a widget that pulls in Instagram images, but it breaks. You have to keep refreshing it. Instagram doesn't like us pulling in their images to a website. So this is a way of dealing with that. These are Flint's own images pulled in constantly. So it's a live feed of their latest images, which they update themselves. So their website now becomes a dynamic portfolio of their images. Now I'm going to go a lot further, but this is just on the homepage. This is just their most recent work. And when I click on an image, it shows me who's done that work. So this is by Arabella. And we're going to go into all of this stylist profile section in a minute. But Arabella's, all of the information I need about Arabella is there, and all her recent work, and all her reviews, and a booking link. So rather than just having some images on the website, we have all of your images, all of your latest images, all connected to your staff profiles, all with the reviews and a booking link. So it's a dynamic element of your website. And this will work on any website. This isn't just Salon Guru. I'm showing you an example from one of our clients. We will show you how this can be applied to any website from any salon. So that's the first element, and we're going to go further. That's showing some images from this kind of portfolio of all of your images. If I scroll down, there's another part to showcase. Another thing that we want to pull into the website is all the latest reviews, because it's another thing that clients will make a decision based on. So here are all of their Flint's reviews being pulled in. They have 198 reviews coming from Google, from Forest, and from their website. This widget, this showcase section, will again work on any website. It will pull in all of your reviews from whichever software you use, Salon IQ, Forest, Zanotti, and your website, and Google, and place them on your website. Now, this is the first part of Showcase that people will install, and it's free. We're not charging people to use. If that's all they do, they want the reviews on the website, we're letting people use that until next year, 2027, and then there'll be a nominal fee for using it. So your reviews is the first thing, pulling all the reviews into the website. So now that's the homepage. There's a couple of examples there, pulling in images, pulling in reviews. Let me show you a couple of others. Let me just check my notes so I do them in the right order. So that's the homepage, it's the reviews. Right, let's look at the contact page. So contact us. Up there. Because you can pull in this information to any page of your website. So on the contact page, I also want the reviews, but this time I've chosen to show them as a carousel. So you've got complete control of where you put images, where you put reviews, how you display them. So in this case, that's a small change. I just wanted to show some reviews, but in a carousel. Now I'm going to show you another page. Look, let's look at the hair color page. So this again is pulling in images. So this is a standard hair color page created as normal. But here again is Showcase, pulling in. Now this time it's pulling in just the color images. So you can pull in subsets of the gallery. Again, I've done a carousel. These are their latest images being pulled into the color page. And these are the ones that have been tagged as color work. Shane's going to show you all about the AI auto tagging in a minute, but it's clever. Your stylist can upload images. They can go on the right page of your website automatically. So you could pull in images for your keratin smoothing page, for your curls and perms page, for your gents hairdressing, for your wedding and bridal, for extensions, because your portfolio of images is tagged as to what kind of hair it is and where it should fit. So you can control, but automate constantly flowing updated images to the right pages on your website. Let's have a look. And notice on those images, I've turned on the ability on this particular set of images to further filter them. So I could just show the glossing, or I could just show the money piece. Now, this client has only, I think they've uploaded about 120 images. When they've got 500 or 1,000 images, these image libraries will be much bigger. So you'll be able to have perhaps 20 examples of face framing. But it means that on your various pages, you can pull in the different images. Let me find the balayage. So this is their balayage page. Remember, this could work on your website. It's just pulling in your images that are held on a portfolio onto the relevant page. So these are their balayage images, 8 pages of them. So that's the first 2 parts of the Showcase working. It's pulling in all your reviews and placing them wherever you want on your website, pulling in all your images, either all your images or filtering them to be suitable for specific pages. But also, each image is linked to a staff profile. So when the image is uploaded, it knows which staff member it is, and it ties it to that staff member. So a client browsing your website and looking for a particular hair color or curly hair or specialist treatment, they can go to that page and look at who's producing that work. And straight from there, they can jump to the booking link. Now you have control over this, so you can decide how many places you place the images, how many places you place the portfolios. Let me just go back to my notes to see what else I'm going to talk about. Oh yeah, Style Picker. Now I'm going to show you, this is something that used to be incredibly popular on all of our websites. We used to gather all the images from all the big suppliers, Weller, Goldwell, and put them all into a big library and have a style picker so that your clients could visit your website and have a page where they could see all the images and filter them. So this is Flint's now style picker, but with their own work now. So on this page are all the work they've done. Imagine it's like their Instagram feed. Every single image that's been uploaded is here, but the client can filter. So I want to just see the gents. No, let's turn that off. I want to just see the vivid colors. So clients can come here and browse your color work, your curls. They can come and see the work that you do. But unlike Instagram, which is just an enormous library of unfiltered, unordered imagery, now they can actually see the images and see which imagery applies to them. So if they want to come and look at wedding and bridal, this would show them all the wedding and bridal work. Now let's go and have a look at the Meet the Team, because we've talked about bringing in the images to the home page and the color page, etc. Now this is the Meet the Team page. Now, again, I can filter here. So I can choose, I want a male stylist. Okay, they've only got one. Or if this is a bigger group, they could have 5 or 6 male stylists. It can filter on everything. So I had this turned on yesterday. They've ticked it off. I put down that one of their stylists spoke Italian. You can filter on languages. So if you're a salon in London and you deal with clients who speak different languages and your staff speak Spanish or German or Italian, you just tick that on in the section that Shane's going to show you in a minute. So you can choose to filter your staff so they can look at your staff and say, I want a balayage expert. Okay, they've got 3. I want to see Arabella's work and her experience. There we go. There's her work, there's her reviews. So it's making your team pages much more interactive. Your clients can go there and say, come and meet our team, come and find the perfect stylist for you, the stylist that matches what you're looking for. Or just by price level, because I just want the most expensive. Let's clear all the filters. I want just the top price. So I want somebody who's under 25. I want somebody who's 25 and male who speaks German. I want somebody who speaks Spanish and specializes in hair extensions, because specialities is also there. So if you want somebody that does creative coloring, there's your 3 people. And if you want to see what Taylor's work is like, there, and his reviews, and then you want to book. So this whole idea of making your website much more informative with imagery and reviews and stylist profiles, but also to get your clients to interact more. So those are the 3 elements of Showcase. It's the images, it's your reviews, it's your very detailed stylist profiles, which we're going to look at in a little moment with Shane. The final part of Showcase, once all this is working, we're launching next month, is when people arrive on the website, it's going to pop up and say, would you like AI to match you to the perfect stylist? They will then be able to, this is the idea of interrupting the browser, asking them, can we help you? Can we introduce you to the perfect stylist? What are you looking for? Do you want any specific skills? Do you need any specific languages? What price do you want to pay? Because the AI will then use this kind of matchmaking that I've shown you manually doing it and say, I think Taylor's the perfect match for you. Would you like to make a booking? And then send them off to Salon IQ or whatever system they use and actually make that booking. So this changes your website into something dynamic, something constantly changing, something always up to date with the latest images. And, you know, adding a new staff member will be taking seconds, not days or weeks. But the most important bit is we want to get those visitors to pause, to have a look, to get to know your team. Because for me, as a salon, what you're really trying to sell are your team, their skills, the work they do, and the reviews you've got. Because if you can put those things front and center, I think it tells your story and makes a much stronger case for them to go ahead and make a booking, because you've sold them the idea of that particular stylist and the work that they do. Now, I think I've reached the point where Shane's going to take over. I'm going to come back at the end and I'm going to explain where this goes next and into showcase treatments as well as showcase hair. But Shane's going to show you the mechanics.
So obviously you may have some questions now about how all of that hangs together. And we've essentially built an app. Now, this is the dashboard that you'll land on when you first arrive and you first log in, and it sort of shows you sort of where everything is and sort of the photos that have been uploaded. There are two parts to this dashboard, really. There is a client admin area and a stylist area, and I'm going to show you both of those just now. So I thought what we'd look at first is reviews. Phil obviously showed you at the front end what that looks like, where you've got the reviews being attached to the stylist. But the main thing to know about Showcase is that it's not a platform that will create reviews. It's designed to import reviews that you already have. So for Salon Guru clients, that may be your salon.co, but of course, if you've got salon reviews in Salon IQ, Forest, on Google, those can all be imported in. And you can see if you've got access to your Google business profile, that's all there as well. You just connect straight to it. We've got Zenotti in the pipeline as well. So that is definitely coming very soon. And just worth noting, if there are any other integrations, any other places where you have reviews that you feel might be useful, let us know. This is an area that we are actively developing because we want all of the reviews for all of your platforms to be in one place. The absolute critical part of Showcase is to make sure that the reviews, the well-earned reviews that your stylists get, are showcased alongside their work. That's kind of the main sort of focus on the front end. And so yeah, let us know if you need any of those. I'll show you what that looks like. So once you've got the reviews in, all of the reviews will end up in the Showcase backend in one long list. And you can see on the right hand side here, this is the critical part where you see reviews, in this case for Evie, and then you attribute that review to that stylist. With the exception of the reviews widget that Phil just showed you on the homepage, the reviews don't do anything unless you attribute them to a member of the team, because that's the critical thing. You want to make sure that the right reviews are shown with your team members. So obviously you've got your reviews. Where are the photos? So there are two parts to this. In the back end of the app, you've got your photos area, and there are two ways to upload photos to Showcase. As a manager, you can log in and upload photos from your team. You can literally click the add photo. It's all in the way, this Zoom stuff. There we go. How do I get that out of the way? There we go. So there we go. So if you click the upload photo, this all works on mobile as well. I'm going to show you all this in a minute, but you can upload photos directly to Showcase and you can attribute those directly to your team members. You can also allocate photos directly or not have them allocated. It's worth noting that if they're not allocated, they won't show up against any team member, because again, we're showing those photos that have been uploaded by staff. There are many ways in here to edit photos. Phil alluded when we were chatting about AI tagging. The way that works is that when you upload a photo from a phone, AI will look at the attributes on that image and it will tag them for you. So all of these tags, none of these tags have been put in manually. They've been added as the photo has been uploaded. So that really should save you some time. And it is just about 3 clicks from the point of taking a photo to having it tagged and on your Showcase library. So this is the way that it works on desktop. So you can see, you can zoom in, you can crop, but it also works on mobile. So I'll show you what it looks like now for a stylist to upload photos. Can you all now see this mobile version here. The Showcase app is designed to be primarily used for mobiles, and I think the way that it needs to be is, very, very fluid. We want to make sure that the user experience is perfect. And again, this is the very similar dashboard that I've just shown you for the client admin, but this is of course for the staff logging in. And as you can see, there's just a row of very simple buttons across the top. They've got the uploads that they've created, and for them to upload an image is really straightforward. You just click upload, choose from a media library, and it will ask you if you want to use your camera or a media picker, and it is really straightforward. It's basically 3 clicks and you're straight in. And then once the image is uploaded, it goes into their media library and it will tag these images on the way in. So you can see you've got the AI powered auto tag, and the tagging just happens automatically. If the tagging's not quite right, or you want to add some extra tag, you can edit those from the phone as well. You can, as I showed you on the desktop, you can use you can crop the images, you can tag them. It's all there for you, and so the stylist has complete control over the images, as does the salon manager as well.
And it auto tags them to that stylist. So
Yes.
Marie uploading her pictures straight into Marie's portfolios with the tagging.
Exactly. The other thing that the stylist can do is look after their profile, and I'm going to show you this on the desktop. So show you all the fields of what this looks like, but they've got complete control of their profile as well. They've also got access to a help center in here too. So if I go back to the desktop version, and it's not because of any other reason than it's sort of on a bigger screen and easier to show you. Everything I'm doing here works on a phone as well. So if we come to the staff, now, as a salon manager, you can add as many staff as you like, although there are packages that will be appropriate to some salons and others. But it's really straightforward. You just add a staff member, and then you can add basic information such as their name and an email address. It will send them a link to log in, and it will send them an invite where they can just come straight in. And it's really easy to get staff members up and running with this. And then, of course, they'll be using their own phones or a tablet in the salon to make to take the photo. So it's all really sort of straightforward to get on with. And as you can see, every member of the team will have their own profile. So the way that this works is that if let's take Connor's profile. So everything that you saw on the front end that Phil showed you with the profile pop-ups is all here. So you've got their first name, last name. You can choose years of experience.
Jane, will you just put Connor speaks Italian, because they turned it off yesterday. To put him back on for now.
Yeah, there we go.
Because that will then appear when we come back to the front facing screen where it shows all the staff, and it will come up with languages now. So if you set something, it becomes one of the things you can filter on.
Exactly. Exactly. And it won't show it on the front end because you only had one language, I suppose, so it doesn't show the filter. But everything's all here, all the specializations. Now, we've spent a lot of time making sure that the specializations are put in, and they are really focused on all of the services that you're going to offer in your salon. But it is a growing list. So again, if there's things in here that are not quite as they need to be, do let us know. And then you've got your gender, your pronouns. These are all the matchmaking things that Phil alluded to at the front here. Now, unique book online links. The one really great thing about this showcase is that we want deep linking book online links. So once the stylist has been matched, the book online goes direct to that to that member of the team, so that they get their booking direct. And this system facilitates that really, really well, along with Instagram profiles and TikToks and things like that. So the whole profile of the stylist is here, and it can obviously be updated by the salon manager and by that team member as well.
And this is such a big change to the usual stylist profile that my favorite color is blue, and I like listening to ABBA, because that's the kind of level we've all got used to.
Yeah.
Putting everything there, experience, qualifications, languages, prices. I think it makes AI a real possibility then, finding this matchmaking.
So that's the staff member update. So hopefully your widget at the front end there, Phil, will now update. So how do we get this on the front end of our websites? As Phil has alluded to, this system is completely platform agnostic. It doesn't matter whether you're on Wix, Shopify, whether you're on WordPress, whether you have a site with Salon Guru or not. It requires the simple addition of a simple JavaScript embed, and almost every platform supports this. So the way that it would work is you'd come into your embed area, and you'll see all of the embeds that we've created so far. And if I just edit one of them, let's take the color embed one here. You can see there's loads of different types. You've got the picture gallery, the staff meet the team areas that I talked about, the reviews widget, that's all in here. You've got choices of themes, light and dark, showing schema. This is very important. That's an SEO thing where it will inject structured data into the site, which is all part of Google's EAT system, which is experience, authoritativeness, trustworthiness, if you're familiar with any of that. Really great for SEO. This does it out of the box. Again, the layouts are all here. So everything can be fully customizable. And every time as soon as you make a change here, the change goes live immediately.
So this is the color embed that I created for that color page. So I've chosen, I want the color categories, balayage, etc. But I can see we've excluded any male pictures because obviously we might want just the color pages to show ladies with color work. So you almost craft your own gallery to look like what you want, to feature what you want, and then you just put that code on the page.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's all very easy to do. And these you just literally type. So if you want cuts, for example, it literally just, it's there. It's all in a list. It's very easy. And it's all mobile friendly as well. And obviously it's the main focus of this whole app. It's not designed for desktop use, really. It's designed for mobile use. So you should be able to do this all from your phones, from your tablets. It should all be very straightforward and easy to get to. So once your embed is live and it's on your website and you've got people using it and you're starting to get some bookings, you really do need some numbers to show how all of this is working. And this is the analytics area. Now, I think for a lot of salons, this is going to become absolutely a game changer. What I'm showing you at the moment is every time somebody clicks a button, every time somebody views an image, every time a profile gets opened, we're tracking all of it, and you can see the number of events that are being, and these are live, by the way. These are the ones that are being used from the Showcase app that's on that temp site that we showed you earlier. And it does everything. It shows you the funnels of how photos are being clicked, the domains, where people came from, whether people clicked the book online links, how many. And then it also shows you the number of impressions and embeds, and you can break it all down by which.
So you could see page is getting the most traction, which gallery image, which person is getting the most traction. But we're also tracking conversions, aren't we, Shane?
We are. I'm going to show you all a little preview. This isn't live yet, but I'm going to show you what we're working on at the moment, and it's essentially booking revenue tracking. So this is, I think, going to be a game changer for a lot of you. Basically, the way that it works is that you connect your Google Analytics to Showcase, and then you connect Google Analytics to your booking platform. So this could be Forest, Zenotti, Salon IQ, and what it requires from them is that when a booking is made, it sends a purchase event to Google Analytics. We can, from that point, track which purchase events were attributed to Showcase. And we can, with that data that I showed you a moment ago of tracking which book links were clicked and which, from which stylists, we can actually track the revenue from within your book salon booking system into Showcase. So you can see how effective the system is working, how much money it's making you, and you can break it down, the revenue by staff members. Now, this
is where we're hoping to see enormous changes in the way that clients interact with the website and make bookings.
Yeah. And then you can see how that interaction is happening and actually how well it's working for you in Salon. Now, we know that this is supported by Forest, Zenotti, and Fresher. Salon IQ, I'm checking with. It's also supported by Shortcuts, but you do need Tag Manager for that. It's not, unfortunately, supported by Vagaro, Fluently, or Slick. But if you're using anybody else that does have any other booking platforms that allows you to integrate Google Analytics, and I haven't mentioned them, please let us know, because we want to build up a complete list of what this works with and what it doesn't. But this is coming. This is going to be great. And the final thing that I just want to show you is that there is a help center within Showcase. And if I go back to the live version, there we go. If I show you the help center, this is really, we're really working very hard to make sure that there's a lot of documentation that shows you how all of this works and explains to you how to get started. And there are some get started guides here that goes through a lot of the stuff that I've just mentioned: how to add your team, how to connect reviews, how to assign those reviews to your team member, and then embed it all on your website. So all of those first 4 steps that you're going to need to make when you first sign up for Showcase, we've got a guide on how to do all of that. If you get completely stuck, there is also a little chat window in the bottom. You'll be able to get hold of somebody from tech reasonably quickly by using that form if you get completely stuck.
Thanks, Shane. So I'm going to quickly summarize, but also explain where we go from here. So I'm back on that Flint working site now. So it's bringing in all of your images. So rather than sitting on Instagram that's unordered, unfiltered, we can bring them to your website. We can put your images on the relevant pages on all of your staff. So the staff's own portfolio. The same with reviews. All of your reviews brought onto your website, attached to staff members with booking links, and much more detailed portfolios or staff profiles, what languages they speak, what skill sets they've got, what qualifications, what price levels, everything about your staff. Let me go back to the Meet the Team, where we were before. And here, notice Sam ticked on Italian for Connor, and now we've got a choice of, we've got 7 people who speak English and 1 person who speaks Italian, which will be Connor. So it's an immediate. You go into your Showcase, you make a change, your website is up to date. You don't need to change your website. You upload your images, your website is up to date. So all of these things happen automatically. So that's where we are now. This is the Showcase here. We're adding to this and we're working on it already. There'll be Showcase treatments, we think we're going to call it, and it will be for more complex, where the service, perhaps it's less the image, the gallery, it's still the staff and their skill sets and their experience, but it's also the services. So if you've got an aesthetics business and a client wants something to deal with perhaps jowls, the AI will guide them to the right treatment, because it'll say, what are you looking for? How quick a solution do you want? Do you need? What kind of budget have you got? So it'll also match them to a therapist, but it'll be matching to a treatment. Or if you want a massage, it'll be asking, is it a pain massage? Is it stress? Are you pregnant? So it'll ask the right questions to lead them to the treatment they want, rather than using hair color or a hairstyle as the lead. But on the show, on the matchmaker, what we'll now be adding to this in the next month is when people arrive at Flint and anyone that's using it, there'll be a pop-up that says, would you like us to matchmake to the perfect stylist? It'll even allow the client to upload a photo, and it will matchmake the photo to the work done by your team. So if somebody uploads a vivid red short pixie crop, then it will suggest which staff member. They can also obviously get to that by looking at the picture gallery. So you could actually go in and look for vivid red pixie cuts, because you can filter color techniques. So the client can go looking themselves by doing this filtering on your images, which you can't do on Instagram, or they'll actually talk to the AI and say, I want a short crop, vivid color, and it will matchmake. So that's where we think we're going to be going for the rest of this year. Website, the Showcase here is now working. Flint will be going fully live this week. We will expect others to follow in the days and weeks ahead. And the primary aim, I think it's worth repeating this, is to interrupt those visitors. If you're getting hundreds or thousands of people on your website, if we can stop them in their tracks, if we can make them pause and interact and engage with your website, we think you're going to have a USP, a unique selling point that other people just don't have. I've not seen this on any other website, not just salons. I've not seen this ability to interact with the visitor and say, I can give you the answer you're looking for. So next for us is the matchmaker pop-up and the treatment. Next for you would be, hopefully, is to sign up. Yeah, you get the reviews. If you sign up on the early bird on the Showcase website, you get the reviews widget, the one we showed you, where it pulls all of your reviews in from wherever they are. You can tag them to stylists, you can put them on your website. That is given away free of charge. So sign up and at least do that. Then I would hope you move on to the next 2 things, which is start uploading your images, add your team members, get them to start uploading images, get them to treat it like they do your Instagram. Because if your portfolio is constantly being updated, your website will constantly be updated. And then build those staff portfolios. And then you're ready to go live like Flint is. So we just add it to your website. We will help you, we'll guide you, adding those embed codes where you want them so that each of your pages becomes totally relevant and much more engaging. So I'm going to move on to some questions and answers at the moment, but I think I've got down here a kind of last thought for everybody, because I've been putting a lot of time and effort in this. We recognize how flipping difficult business and life is at the moment. It seems to be like a constant struggle, trying to run a business, trying to maintain the business, trying to make money. And I think that kind of creates a feeling of negativity in the salon industry, in the UK, in Ireland, in different parts of the world. There's such negativity about them trying to make this work. And now we've got AI, which is incredibly scary until you actually start using it. And I think this use of AI on your website to engage with clients is a massive opportunity that most salons won't tackle. They won't do this. You may be one of the only one in your town or city, because I think it's an enormous opportunity to be radically different, to stand out from the crowd and to regenerate your business by doubling your conversion rates on your website. So that's it from me and Shane, apart from answering any questions you have. So if anybody's got a question, they can either put the hand up or unmute themselves and ask a question. And did any of our team see any questions that came in on the chat while we were talking?
I just thought we should make it clear. I mean, can this system go on any website, or does it have to be Salon Guru client?
Yes. So Showcase, when you sign up, you get a login to Showcase here, the website. That will give you the ability to upload your images to Showcase, create your staff on Showcase, bring your review. So Showcase is the place where all of those things, those resources are held. Then the embed puts them onto your website, any website. It should work on anything. As Shane said, it should work on Shopify, on Wix, on WordPress. You don't have to be a Salon Guru client with a Salon Guru website for this to work. It should work on any website. Anybody else got a question or comment or view?
I think we have a few
Sophie.
questions here.
Yeah. Sam Kendall.
Yes, hello everybody, and really good webinar, Phil. Thanks so much. The query there from Shane regarding the Google Analytics integration with Salon IQ is all good. It's all there, so anyone that is a Salon IQ user, you can use that here with us as well.
Because of course the majority of our clients are Salon IQ users.
Absolutely, so absolutely. We're always one step ahead, and we've got that already there.
Perfect. Thanks, Sam.
We've got a question from Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi. Obviously, we're with Frumely. How will that affect us? And Sam, can we come back to Salon IQ?
Of course you can. We'll always welcome you back. Absolutely.
You might get a phone call later.
Yeah.
Good. I'll look forward to it.
So just to mention
Sophie,
about
sorry. Did Sophie have a question?
Yeah.
Hi everyone. It's looking great. As I work remotely in Sweden, like I can do all the setups for the stylist and everything, but can we have multiple manager logins? Because the woman that handles Instagram is more on site, so she could be taking images and uploading directly into...
Yes, definitely. So on the Flint one, there was Connor and Tristan, isn't it? Shane, there's two admins.
I think so, yes.
You've got as many admins as you want. Yeah, and you can even exclude them. So Tristan is an admin, but he's not a hairdresser, so he doesn't appear on the website. So he has a profile. In fact, I think if they've got no images, any person that's added doesn't show on the website, because if there's no images, there isn't really anything to show. So it encourages stylists to add some images. But yes, as many admins as you want, and some of them can be hidden from the searches.
Okay, great. And also, is there any way, this is an incredible way to put everything together, because it's always been so annoying that you might have a lovely image, but then not know who's done it, or it's on Instagram. So this is wonderful. But then is there any way for this to also feed into your Google business profile? Like, can these images go, can they be shared that way as well? Or is it just
I
Google
don't
Business
think there's an
Profile in
API
for
into the Google
reviews?
Business Profile, no. And probably because you don't need to add a lot of images to your Google profile. In fact, adding too many might be seen as a negative by Google. I would pick your best. I would add
Sure.
at the most 5 a week, and 2 a week's probably enough. So, but the problem most salons have is they don't have this library of images because
Yeah.
stylists have got them on their phone. They often don't upload them. If we can get the team to be working on this, I think it gives you a very different website. It gives you all of your images constantly available. So I think it changes the way you're going to use images in a much better way.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, and I have one last question, but it's more for Salon IQ because I see Sam's there. Can individual stylists then have their own unique booking link? Because I've always done it with services.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can have the individual link for the services and the individual link for the team members as well. So you can just promote the team members if you want to. Absolutely.
Great.
And
Thanks
I just
for
got a
that.
question from Jenny. Can we pull in Salon Spy reviews? No, not at the moment. We can pull in Google and all of the software and ones from your own website, but Salon Spy are sat on Salon Spy, and we don't have the permission to pull them in at the moment. We're having that conversation, but if not, there's a separate widget for just your Salon Spy reviews.
Okay, we've got Joseph as well, has a question.
Hi, Joseph.
Hi, Phil. Yeah, it's looking really good. A few questions, if you don't mind. So, sorry, I'm in the car, so that's why I don't have my camera on. But you mentioned about obviously deep linking to stylists, and then later on you mentioned that the development coming where more complex, where you can link to services. Currently, can you deep link to services as well as to a particular stylist? Because a client may not necessarily be concerned about who does their hair. They're more concerned, can a stylist deliver a service? Can you deep link into services at the moment?
Yeah, I think that might come when we come to the final part of this, which is the matchmaking. Less about matchmaking with a stylist, but matchmaking with a service. So I know, let's say you've got somebody who wants a silk press treatment, but then yes, we could embed within the final recommendation from the AI. This is the service we suggest, and it's linked to a particular product on your booking system or service on your booking system. Yeah, I think. Okay. An important one for you as well, Joseph, and for others, if you do things like hair extensions, or in your case, afro hair or mixed race hair or curls, you can build a different set of skill sets, because different salons will have different skill sets, different qualifications, different experiences, different products they use. So you can have all of those so that it doesn't come up with like wedding and bridal if you don't do wedding and bridal, but it does come up with silk press and your other things that only you provide. So it does become like a bespoke set of languages, qualifications, skill sets when they're looking at your staff. You're not forced down one route of cut and blow, bouncy blow, cut and dry. It's a long list of skill sets and experiences you'll be able to build yourself.
Right. Okay. You mentioned the integration into analytics to get the data. I think you guys moved us across to Matomo.
Yeah.
Will that link into that as opposed to analytics, or would we have to then open up analytics again?
We use Matomo in place of Google Analytics because it's just so much easier to use for all our clients. For the basic stuff, the ordinary reporting, Matomo is great, and Google Analytics is not. It's such a complex beast. But for tracking of conversions, putting them through Google Analytics, can we then pull them from Analytics into Matomo, Shane?
Yeah, I am looking into using Matomo for Showcase, but it won't be part of the initial setup. And the reason for that is that, as you mentioned, using Matomo for our internal tracking and reporting and reporting to you guys is it's so much easier because of the reporting in Google Analytics 4. But when it comes to integrating systems, Google Analytics 4 well outpaces Matomo in every way, and it's widely used, it's widely available. So when it comes to sort of tracking monetary values and conversions, and and also doing the beginning part of it as well, where you're doing some advertising and you're trying to link it all through, GA4 is really the only way.
But
so
I think you'll get the report, how we pull it together, but we want to know how many people are using Showcase, which bits are they using, which is getting the most engagement. Is it reviews? Is it images? Which pages are getting the most engagement? Which stylists, which images, which is producing the most money? which is getting the most bookings, which is producing the most income. But then we can start advertising it. If we start advertising Showcase, come and match make with your perfect stylist, if that really produces a flow of new clients, we want to know. We want to be able to follow that from the Facebook advert to the website, to where they clicked, to which stylist, to the booking, so we know the complete journey.
Yeah, that is the aim. That's the aim.
Sorry, there's a question from Andre saying, can you pull through the Treatwell reviews, or can you work on that?
I doubt
We can have a
it.
look.
I would actually, they might have an API, mightn't they, Shane?
Yes, we'll look into it. If it's
So, yeah,
possible, we'll have a look. Yeah.
Sometimes the problem is with third-party platforms is they believe that they own the review. So Treatmail might think it's a review that belongs to Treatwell, which is a negative. These reviews that we're pulling in don't belong to us; they belong to you. We're just pulling them from all the different sources into one place that a client hasn't got to travel to read all your reviews. They're all there. But I think we'll see if Treatwell, they may have a block on it. We'll have to look.
And actually on First Google, they don't offer an official public API. It's reserved for official partners only. So we may struggle with that one, but yeah.
Yeah, and Andre, you'll have lots of Google reviews, which is good. You'll have website reviews. What booking system do you use, Andre? It's Gusto, Sam. Is that your client? Gusto in Soho?
Yeah, what I was saying, Sean, we've got a partnership with Treatwell, so we'll certainly ask the question on your behalf to see where we can go with that. We work quite closely with Treatwell.
I think these things, different providers to the salon industry working together are really important. It's where it's going to go. Us working with Salon IQ, us working with other booking systems, because that's what the salon wants. They don't want to say, well, it's on my booking system, but you can't see it on the website, or I can't see that they had previous bookings. So I think we need to get the API working so that all parts work together. Anybody else got any questions?
I was just wondering what next steps were for people. Should they go to the website or?
Yes, go to the website, showcasehair.studio. It was where you got the invite. Go there, sign up. The early bird is you get the review widget. If it's all you ever do, if you just use the review widget, you'll get a login, you'll see the back end, you'll learn how to use it, and you're not going to get charged for that, until next year. And then you'll have the option. You're going to sign a detailed contract. If you want to stop using it, please just stop. But I think you'll want to then progress, which is stage 2. Start gathering your images, invite your team, get the team to start adding their images with the auto tagging, then start adding these very detailed profiles, and then let's get them on your website and let's see it working, and let's see, I think, the dramatic change it's going to make. Rather than a static website that just sits there, this is going to interact with people. This is going to engage people. There is a system similar in America, and it's terrible. I mean, I've looked at it many times, and it's really, really awful. And they quote some incredible numbers of what their system produces in terms of new engagement. But theirs doesn't use reviews, doesn't use images. It's just a kind of question and answer about stuff. I think this is totally different. It's really engaging clients in what you do, which is your team, your skills, your work, and your reviews. Any more? If not, and if you want to talk, if anybody wants a one-to-one demo, wants to kind of walk through with me or Shane, absolutely. We're really keen to get this out there and to get as many people using it over the next few months. So whatever makes it work for you, we're happy to do a demo if needed. Thank you for all coming today. Thank you. It's nice to see so many of you. And hopefully we'll catch up in the coming days and weeks. Speak to you all soon. Thank you very much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.